Alright, baby, running it back with them elementals. I think I'm keeping this. Gonna go turn 1 Temple Garden. No, breeding pool. Yeah. I guess we can get Hallowed Fountain. Hallowed Fountain allows me to play this tapped onto. Yeah, that's probably better. Whoops. I guess it doesn't matter. Sagoth Triumph. Sagoth Triumph. Is this Spider's Reanimator? This could be Spider's Reanimator. I think we probably just have to jam this Teferi here, because if we find any land, we can Drifter plus Ephemerate. This looks like it's getting countered. Yeah, this may be Spider's Reanimator. Oh, Faithful Mending. Sweet. Yep. Fuck. So, I guess I have to minus here just to get my card. As weird as that sounds. Because if they do reanimate this, then... Yep. Then I just have to pitch my Teferi. Just gonna evoke here. Evoke plus Ephemerate. And then I'm gonna Solitude this thing. And I guess I want to Solitude right now. Do not get owned by a counterspell, which my opponent could have drawn by this point. If they have another Persist, we're in trouble. Yep, that's trouble. That is trouble. This card is kind of fucked up, if you ask me. Blue. Just gonna have to Fury plus Blink. Guess I could have played around drawing that. I think they're just going to counter my Ephemerate, which is obviously going to be devastating. Never mind. I'm a genius for leaving up another mana for Ephemerate. Such a fucking genius. I'm actually gonna hold that in hand so I can pitch it to. To another Archon. All right. Flamekeen for Solitude. Draw Solitude. Cast Solitude. Exile Arcan. Opponent City Pretty at a casual 38 life. Can we get there? Are we gonna... That was 3 Arcans? That was 3 Arcan triggers? That was 3 Arcan triggers that we have survived so far? Mending is good. Mending is very good there. Pitching Time Raveler. Interesting. If we end up with Recent Reef, I'm gonna feel fairly comfortable about our situation. Seems like we're not gonna do that though. Yeah, they have the prismatic ending. Alright, that sucks. That's big game though. Gonna try to draw a land here. My opponent has Thoughtseize. Easy game. Easy game. Now the question is, do I ending? I think I just plus. I think I plus. If they have another ending, that's bad. But I think it's more likely for them to have a way to make me discard. So Thoughtseize or another Archon entering the battlefield. Seems like I was wrong, and they have another ending. Yep, that's pretty bad for us. That's me racing. It's not looking good though. It's not looking particularly good. So the idea for minusing the Teferi was to minus on the Solitude, right? So that I have an answer to my opponent reanimating another Archon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's really hard to navigate through this. Yep, there's the Archon. It's really hard to navigate through this while... what am I trying to say here? It's just hard to do this while there's no graveyard hate for us. I assume games 2 and 3 are going to be a little bit easier. They also had the persist. Gross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We exiled 2 Archons so far. Oh, come on. Come on, opponent. Well, so there's just no way I can make this work, right? Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna minus on the Solitude, they're gonna attack with Archon, and that's gonna make me discard it. So I can attack Omnath at the Teferi, wing Thing follow. My opponent takes the trade, and then that they have to use the Imperial Rights. But we're still in a miserable spot. I can also just attack everything at the Teferi. That clears the Tef. I think I have to attack everything at the Teferi. My opponent gets a free block on the Solitude. But the Fairy just represents a free trading of the Solitude anyway, because I don't have any other cards. Right, since they're doing this, I'm just gonna fetch. Now they're gonna flashback. They're gonna flashback the Umbriel Rights. And we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. It's a good draw. Is that a good draw? It's not a good draw. Does delay the game. I think that the only card that matters at this point is Solitude specifically. Where's the rest elemental to kill the others? That's Flicker Wisp, and it's not very good. What do I sack here? I think I sack the Omnath. Because this at least makes Ephemerate. At this point, my opponent definitely has a counterspell, but this makes the Ephemerate potentially good. That's a lot of mana. Oh, yeah, we can't be down. I mean, I guess I can draw exactly Teferi. Okay. This into Teferi. Okay. Is this the greatest comeback of all time? Is this the greatest comeback of all time? How do we do this? So we Muldrifter, we draw 4. I think we gotta evoke Muldrifter. Hold that to discard. Okay. I guess we can play this and we can discard the sprawl now. The problem is now we can't answer this card, right? So that's the only issue. So I think this is just like a lost fight assist anyway. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ephemerate? No. Alright. We tried our best, Chad. We tried our best. Things get better both sideboard though. These are here to kill the Fairy Time Raveler. You love to see the turn to Recent Reef. This is the Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize will be pretty rough for us. Oh no, this is Prismatic Ending on my Utopia Sprawl. Just not the worst, also not the best. Definitely slamming now that we have a second reef. Ooh, okay. They just have mending into combo? Because that would suck for me. Uh-oh. Please don't have it, please don't have it, please don't have it. Please don't have it, please don't have it, please don't have it. That seems like, oh no! All right, one-time endurance. It's not endurance. So we gotta dodge one more turn. Oh, they have Imperial Rats in the bin. No, but it's fine. Like we can beat one Archon. We can beat one Archon with what we have. Told ya. White, green, play Yawgmoth. Fetch. Ifeno, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, coming back for 29 months. That's a lot of months. Appreciate it. Revisit Wild Magic card, it really is. It's pretty cool. Opponent kind of had it all this game, but we had it all. It had it all. I guess. I guess they did not have the persist on turn 2. That was the only thing that they were missing. Alrighty. I'm just discarding Yawgmoth here, right? I think I'm just sacking the Solitude, actually. Because the Yawgmoth gives me 2 cards, and now we have access to Endurance here. So this just seems better. Oh. Like... Found the land, I can make a bunch of mana. Yeah, this is fine. I definitely made a mistake though. I should have obviously done this before. Oh, I tapped the elemental thing. That's stupid. When did that just run absolutely perfect? Yeah, that's what I do. I recommend that play. I think it's a good play. Take a look. Yep. That's what I thought. Alright. Yeah, having access to Endurance is just such a big game. Endurance is just a nuts card. So nuts. Such a great card. Fantastic. Fantastic card. I think I'm keeping this. Was just talking how good about how good Endurance was. I think I'm gonna get Hallowed Fountain. I think I'm gonna be 1 turn too late. We gotta draw either a blue card or a green card. That's a blue card, I guess. So we can pitch that to force. I'm gonna play around counter magic here. Because if my opponent thoughtseize me the next turn, and then they thoughtseize me, and then they counter my endurance, then I'm actually in tough shape, right? I guess they can have discard Archon into land into persist here. Come on, they have that. Oh, come on, dude. Well, I guess I got punished for my play. Well, I guess I shouldn't have played on Counterspell. I should have played on my opponent having the nuts. Silly me. We can still draw. Well, it answers the fairy, if I know. That's pretty brutal, man. That's pretty brutal. I still think that it was correct. With the information that we had, I think it was correct to do what we did, but obviously we were punished. All right. See you next round. All right. Great hand. Truly great hand. So I guess Breeding Pool into Prismatic Ending on white. Into Utopia's Problem on white. I can also just get a basic forest. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Why am I going to Titan not tier 1 right now? Think about which decks are tier 1, and then try to look at which one of those decks that are good, that are at the top of the format, which one of those decks you would want to be facing with Amulet. It's a rhetorical question. The answer is none of them. Like, Amulet just doesn't line up well against anything. That's why it's bad. So I think this matchup should be extremely good for us. Feeling very smart that I put this Utopia's Problem on a basic, so it cannot get got by fucking, what's his name? What's the name of the card that I'm talking about? Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin. All from Giver is kind of sweet. Respect. I wonder why they didn't just make Old Frame to all of the cards. Like, I would definitely like to have access to Old Frame Force of Vigors and like Ephemerates and cards like that in paper, but they are only available in foil, and I don't like foils. The Old Frame Prismatic Endings, the Old Frame Titania, all of those cards look incredible, so... Well, I guess there's that. So they're just playing like taxes from like a million years ago, right? Just gonna hardcast this Moon Drifter. There's nothing my opponent can do for 2 mana, like mana tithe me. But alright. So next turn we're gonna start winning the game. Can go squatter me here if they want. Just doesn't do anything. Elite Spellbinder. Alright. The thing is that whatever they choose, it just doesn't matter. I'm just gonna be able to hardcast it eventually. This card was close to be playable, but not quite. Really? That's not a good choice. So my opponent can basically never ever win this matchup because we're both trying to do the same thing, but I just go so over the top of what they're trying to do. One mana short of casting that Solitude, unfortunately, but it's fine. I have no rush. I think we're gonna win this game. I don't think there's anything my opponent can have that can allow them to win this game. Quería preguntar en español por respeto al resto, pero veo hace tiempo que está un paso por... Sí, sí, mal. Mal. Pasa que todos los... O sea, no... está mal posicionado contra todos los mazos. Entonces no hay con qué darle. Sure. Just gonna win the game right now. I guess we want to do this first. Then we ending here. And then Secret Foundry. We still have the other Solitude chilling over there. So I guess Endurance lines up really well against the size of their creatures. So that's pretty nice. Utopia Sprawl seems heinous against them. There's too many games that are functionally lost by turn 3 in this format with Amulet Fortune. I don't think that's the problem. The problem is that you can never win on... You just don't win on turn 3 as often as you used to. Or you cannot put a Titan into play. And even if you do put a Titan into play, a lot of decks have gotten a lot of print-ins that allow them to keep up with a Titan. So it's all sorts of trouble. People playing cards like Alpine Moon and adapting to Ursa Saga. There are just so many problems with Amulet right now. That's why I joined the Elementals fray. Ooh, new episode of Titan Talk is live. Not only new episode of Titan Talk is live, but also Babo episode is also live, so make sure you check him out. If you want to hear me talk about Titan stuff, check out Titan Talk. If you want to hear me talk about non-Titan stuff, the other one. Gracias por la respuesta. Sí, por supuesto que puedo. Yeah, I think this hand is fine. They have a giver, but I think I'd rather just chill on this. So I'm just going to play around Arbiter by playing one of my fetches. Sword of Fire and Ice. That's somewhat scary, actually. Wow. That's starting to be a lot of bad draws there. They have Kaheera in hand already. Yep. Can beat Kaheera, particularly when they're missing land drops. Wow. Not a single draw. So we're gonna have to get rid of the giver. And we're gonna have to get rid of we really need a Solitude here. Oh, that's convenient. Oh, did I just fuck this up? I think I fucked this up. 5, 6. We're gonna take 6. So I think we're gonna have to chill here. And we're gonna have to try to raise this Kaheera thanks to Yawgmoth. David Carvalho, thank you for the follow. So we're gonna take 6 here. Down to 2. Unless they have Maul. If they have Maul of the Skyclaves, then we're gonna lose. But they don't. Going down to 2. Aberration. It's a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. 1, 2, green, white. Play fetch. So I think I'm just gonna cast Fury, pitch in here, and I'm gonna kill both Stoneforge and Apparition. This plays around Path to Exile the best. It plays around them having something like, I don't know. I guess that we're dead to Path. Are we dead to Path? I mean, maybe just dead to Path. We're looking for Solitude. As soon as we find the Solitude, the game ends. They path you from it again through life. Well, I don't though, right? So I think what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to block with the illusion token. And then I am not supposed to fetch on end step. If they tap out for an apparition or flicker wisp. Okay. That seemed unnecessary to do on main phase, right? They could have done it on main phase too. Well, that's game. Sure. That's just another way of it to be game. Now the question is now whether I want to kill this. I think I want to kill this. No, I think I'd rather just protect the Yawgmoth. So I'm just going to chill here. My opponent can't play the sword and equip, so I'm not worried about that. And if they apparition, then I just ephemerate the Yawgmoth. It was my mistake for getting the Stomping Ground instead of getting the Hallowed Fountain. I need another white source. The red splash for TBR. Yeah. Opponent's gonna just tap this for green and Might of Old Crows me out of the game. But yeah, this matchup is obviously extremely, extremely good for us. Because they're just trying to do the same thing that we are, with the exception that, you know, we are a lot better at doing that thing. Well, I mean, let's do this on end step, just to draw a couple of cards. Let's cash in our divination, another ephemerate. Ephemerate that, draw another card, draw another card. Let's say elemental. Got a plus here. Keep that one. Gonna bounce the other germ token. Put that in hand. Pass the turn. It's close. We are dead to Maul of the Skyclays for what's worth. We're also, I guess we're not dead to Jite, so that's good. Not dead to Misawa's Jite. So at least we got that going for us. Teferi doing so much work right now. Teferi doing so much work. Gotta love the Time Raveler, the Fun Raveler. Making sure that fun is not being had by my opponent. So one, two, three. 1, 2 to crack. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. I think I'm interested. We have perfect information about my opponent's hand, so I'm interested in getting rid of everything right now. So I guess we can do x equals 2. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But I can just, I'm trying to see if I can x equals 2 and sack, and then 1, 2, 3 to ending, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can do everything. We can do it however we want. Well. You can tell that it's been a minute since I played against this fucking card. Esoda VR, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for using your Prime here in the channel. We plus the Teferi, right? So because I plus the Teferi, I'm just gonna chill on this prismatic ending. So if they find the land and they suit up one of these, I'm just gonna kill the one that they suit up. That was hilarious though. That was absolutely hilarious. I totally forgot how this card worked. I still think we're just fine, but that makes things slightly more awkward. Another Flicker Wisp. Mole Drifter. So I think we're evoking looking for a land. Put that into play so we get some mana. Ephemerate here, so we hold on to this guy. Another ending. So that should do it. If I don't somehow fuck it up again. If I don't fuck it up again, this should do it. All right, now we're good to go. again, like this matchup in particular is just very, very good. So definitely did not play that game particularly well, but we were just far ahead enough that it just didn't matter. All right, see you next round. All right, here we go. Mirror match. All right. Seems like a good hand for the mirror. Point also has a Utopia Sprawl start. Pretty good, pretty good. If they have their own Teferi, it's gonna be pretty rough. Oh, I should have gotten Breeding Pool now that I drew this. Because now I guess they can Prismatic Ending my Utopia Sprawl. Which would kind of suck. They have a Recent Reef. Don't love bouncing that thing, but I need the card draw. I need this stuff, you know? And now if they play a Nomnath, at least they don't draw another card off the Recent Reef. So it's kind of okay. Mm-hmm. So I guess if they have a fetch... Oh. Okay. Weird. They got Flamekin? Yep. So they're probably going to find Fury. Yeah, they stacked their triggers correctly because they can find a land, they can just put it into play. Find Omnath. Let's evoke this, so I don't have to go to this card. There's an argument for killing this with the trigger on the stack. Because otherwise my opponent's going to get to play multiple things here. I think I'm going to do it. Because otherwise my opponent can just play a fetch land and hardcast a Fury. At least I would be getting a 2-for-1 for the Fury here. Fury obviously is extremely good right here. Wow. I I was not expecting to win that game like that. That looked really good for us. So I think we shave a couple of sprawls. Engineered explosives? Seems pretty bad. Maybe just endurance because he trades with fury and solitude. Maybe Utopia Sprawl is just better. Yeah, it's possible Utopia Sprawl is just a better card. Keeping this one though. Okay. Turn 1 tapped Triumph. What's up, Daniel? Gonna get recent reef here. Name blue. Actually, we should have named white. Should have named white. Yeah, we should have definitely named white. Or gotten a Temple Garden. I think I want to get the basic though. No, I should have just gotten the Temple Garden named blue. That was better. Yeah. So next turn we can just hardcast Mole Drifter. Fairy. Fairy's fine. Here's hoping for no fury. Here's hoping for no fury. Opponent gave a chance to correct the sprawl color. Yep. Very kind of opponent. So they do have the fury. That's extremely bad for us. Very, very bad for us. I'm doing this first because I'm gonna do it eventually, and if that resolves, then now I can hardcast this Mole Drifter. And if that didn't resolve, like if they did have an Ephemerate, then I was going to just Solitude kill the Fury. So many Kaheera, so little time. Solitude. Okay. So now if they have Ephemerate, we are in a lot of trouble. I guess that's a way to work around that. I'm so smart. I am so smart. So now next turn we're going to be able to Solitude with Ephemerate backup. Huh. Well, it's probably better. Let's go with that instead. Even if they kill the Yawgmoth, we should probably win next turn with this Fury. Prismatic for 4 colors. Gonna take 7. And now we're gonna be able to red. Fury is a card. Fury is a card. Have the game gone? The game's gone? Great. Deck is amazing, so. So that means that this entire turn they can't do anything. Ephemerate, we're gonna say no. Kaheera. If Kaheera were a Pokemon, that's exactly the sound that it would make. Kaheera. You just know it, you know? Boom, baby! Let's go. Shout out to Muldrifter, who drew me a lot of cards and was awesome. Shout out to Muldrifter. See you next round. All right. Yeah, this hand is great. Ponemos to 6. We are already winning because we have a companion and they don't. Move to 5. Okay. That's like a Fury Charizard. Yeah, that's interesting. Fury definitely sounds Charizard-like, 100%. So is this Tron? Overgrown Tomb? Overgrown Tomb on a mold to 5? Huh. Twilight Mire. Oh, this is Yogg. Okay. Hey, that's a good draw. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Massive facepalm. Massive facepalm. I don't know why I named red. I was thinking about hardcasting Fury, and then I forgot. Yeah, but I actually want to cast a Recent Reef if I draw it. I was thinking. The problem is I was thinking about hardcasting Teferi, and I'm like, yeah, I can already hardcast Teferi, so this is free. I'm just named red, and I was punished by my Topis Pro. This is probably one of the hardest things to do. Like, turns 1 and 2 with this deck seem to me like they're often the hardest. Not only in terms of the mulligan decisions, but also in terms of how are your cards going to line up, not right now, but like a bunch of turns from now, you know? Super saved by that draw, by the way. Yeah, this was like a major fuck up. Wanna get Temple Garden here. And I think I'm just gonna Harbinger for another Fury. No, I'm just gonna Harbinger for. Yeah, I'm just gonna pitch Omnath to the Fury, so this is just fine. I can Harbinger for another Fury though, just because Fury's nuts in the matchup. So this kills that. And I'm gonna save the other Fury for next turn. It's a lot of thinking. Magic's low budget throwing perfect thinking is for chess and shit like that. That's true. That's actually quite accurate. Seems like a board state. So they're gonna Eldritch Evolution the Geist. And get Yawgmoth. Yawg is gonna kill my Recent Reef. Give them a card. I guess they should probably reset the Geist. If we block there, my opponent can't reset the Geist. So I think this is actually a good block. Also, we're at 9. Also, they sack the 1/1 instead of the 0/1. Seems like a 1/1 would be exactly 1 power better than a 0/1. Who knows, though? Who knows? That's a pretty good draw. I think we just do this nice and clean. They can kill my Solitude if they want to, but then they lose their board. So if they do this, then that's just great for me. They don't know about any of the cards in my hand because I play the Harbinger first. If they attack, I'm gonna trade. If they attack, I'm gonna trade. I have a lot of value in my hand, so the less amount of stuff my opponent has in play, the better that it is for me. Oh, they just hardcast another Yawg. That's fine. I already have the answer. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. That's, I guess, Counting Garden would be better than Dried Arbor, but that's like close to the best possible thing they could have had there. So now they can kill the Solitude. Get another card out of the deal. If we find a red card, we're gonna be in good shape. That's nice. They can kill my Recent Reef, but then they have no board. They probably should do that. Our best draw would be Solitude or something like that. Another Recent Reef. Those are the cards we're looking for. Yeah, they're going for it. Yeah, that's really good. It's very, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so down 2 Yawgmoth. Only 2 left. So next turn we get to Fury plus Kaheera, which allows me to attack through the Wall of Roots. I'm probably gonna save this Fury though until my opponent has like some board state. Messenger. Okay. That's very good. So I can deal 2. Yeah, they have to smell that something's fishy there, so it's a good no block there. So I can deal 2 on 2. Yeah, that doesn't quite do it actually. I do think I have to kill that though. Because otherwise, if my opponent plays a Yawgmoth and they play another 1-drop, they just go infinite. So it's probably not good for me. The Fury means that the Geralf's Messenger does not have good attacks. And I guess if they play literally anything, I'm very likely to just be ephemerating this Fury. Next turn we can be attacking with Kaheera. And this is why more people, the Yawgmoth deck is not as popular, right? It's just hard to play, man. There's so much stuff going on. I have lost from certain spots, which I have no idea how I lost from them. We have Cord. They play their land already. So I guess if they have Cord, if they have Cord for 3, I am going to kill both of these in response. Now they can get a Yawgmoth. And they can draw a card. It's extremely important for us to make sure that we are ahead on life to my opponent, because otherwise that's when they can oak wrist. Okay. And I'm still gonna kill both things here, which is pretty good. So, my opponent's 3 cards versus my board. We're slightly behind on life. So if they do assemble their combo, we're gonna be in trouble. But we have some very good attackers. Well, they have Yawg in hand. Geralf Messenger. Okay. I wonder why they took a counter from the wall instead of just tapping that. So now we're even in life, so my opponent's gonna need some way to gain life in order to kill me. They have another messenger? Geesh, well that's a way to kill me with Yawgmoth. Blood Artist too? Ugh. Are we actually just dead? I think we're actually just dead, right? I attack with these, they block. They drain. When they attack with both, and they drain because of the Blood Artist. I'm just dead. Wow, that's insane. Okay. It's kind of insane. Yeah, we drew a couple to mid lands. It's fine. I don't think I want force. They have 8 spells. It's not good enough. Yeah, I mean, this one-landers. These one-landers are just very rough. We want to minimize the number of one-landers. That's why we're playing more lands here today. Multi 5 is pretty rough. Multi 5 is pretty rough. We're just way too low on resources. I still don't know what I want to fetch for, because I want to cast the Fairy, but I also want to, you know, cast the Rest in Peace, so... Okay, so now we can fetch Stomping Ground. We can draw some cards from here. We have Ephemerate, so if we find a Recent Reef, we can get our engine going. And if we have our engine going, maybe we can get out of this. It's cute that if they have a land, they can actually kill my Teferi. Unless we're lucky enough to draw Kaheera, yeah. We're pretty lucky to draw Kaheera there. The youngest of wolves. There's still no reason to show them the Reap. Omnath off the top. Recent Reef. Yeah, the multi-5 is pretty rough. Multi-5 is pretty rough. I'm not gonna waste an ephemerate on this thing anyway, right? Why not tap carbon instead of a white source? Because I would need to name something that's not elemental. Cat or beast? I guess I'm gonna have to waste this ephemerate. But if I waste this ephemerate, like, what am I doing? How the hell am I winning if I waste this on this? I think that I just have to take all the damage and I don't know, like just draw something good. I need to draw like a Numbnath or a Recent Reef and get going. Like I don't think that I can just afford to use this ephemerate on this silly Kaheera that doesn't give me anything. It was just rough. Very unfortunate to, you know, mulligan to 5 and then draw a bunch of lands. We kept 3 lands and 2 spells, and we drew a land every single turn. Yeah, we drew a land every single turn. I guess we drew at least 1 spell. Oh, we actually kept 2 lands, 3 spells? Well, even worse. I mean, the good thing is that we're like a Fury away from winning. So that's the good thing. If we find Fury or something like that, that's not gonna do it. I'm off it. We got really unlucky there. We got really unlucky. Alright, last one. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep this 2-lander on the draw. We're playing 24 lines precisely, so we can cut. We can keep hands like this. We can't get Sacred Foundry with Misty Rainforest. But I'm probably getting like a Temple Garden. One and keep 6. Verdant Catacombs. Indata Triumph. So now you can get probably Stomping Ground with the Misty. They're playing some Stoneblade nonsense. Because I would love to do that. That matchup is just very good. Okay. So, just going to do this. Blue, green. So I guess it's gonna get Stomping Ground, so we want to name either blue or red. White, we actually want to name white. So we can hardcast Solitude. Opponent, what do you got? Verdant Catacombs in Data Triumph into Misty Rainforest is very confusing. Are they playing Scape Shift? BTL Shift? That should be a horrible matchup. They're playing all 5 colors. They are playing all 5 colors. Is this the Mantis Rider? Oh, this is the Tribal Flames deck. Okay. Yeah, I think we should have a pretty good matchup here. Particularly with a start like that one, right? I think I'm just gonna go for Omnath. Because we had 2. So we can do... actually, I think I like this better. I'm just going to blue, green, just Prismatic Ending this thing and pass the turn. And next turn we're gonna Omnath plus something. Is Niv still a deck? Yeah, people play it every now and then. Everything is still a deck if you really want to. Black, white. Siege Rhino? Let me introduce you to a real 4-mana card. Siege Rhino. Let me introduce you to the year 2020. Welcome to the year 2020, Mr. Siege Rhino. I'll even give you 4 life back if you want to. Man, you gotta love Modern Leagues. You gotta love Modern Leagues. There really are some brave souls out there. Gonna play with Ren and 7 tonight? No. A bunch of Ren and 7 videos went live on YouTube, so you can check those out over there. Missed the free attack. It's not gonna matter. Like, my opponent can never win this game. They are just playing in the wrong year and the wrong format. I don't even know. I'm checked out here. I just want this game to end. Lightning Bolt sounds pretty good against Mantis Rider. I think I want the Sprawls. The Fairy sounds pretty bad. Endurance lines up well, and maybe just like the one-off explosives. Seems fine. That was funny though. Opponent spends 4 mana, plays Siege Rhino. I spend 4 mana, play Yawgmoth, make 5 more mana, play Recent Reef, play this. To favor Cascade. I think if my opponent would put Cascade into every single one of their cards they cast, it still would not be enough to keep up with my value engine. So I don't think that's worth it. It's just a card that doesn't line up well against haste creatures. It just doesn't. It's just a 3-drop, which is somewhat awkward in my curve. Like I could play it as a one-off, but like it's definitely like the 60th card in my deck. And if I'm gonna play a 60th card, I think I'd rather have the explosives rather than the Teferi. I could see it either way, honestly, but yeah, I'm not really worried about Cascade. I think we're the bad guys in that scenario. No. I mean, my opponent is just the innocent. It's like innocently running around in the, you know that the little image, just jumping in the very very beautiful, like a savanna or whatever. There's this like beautiful grass, and there's flowers, and our opponent is just dancing around, casting Siege Rhinos, and then Yawgmoth with its 4 arms stands in front of him and looks at them like this, and their opponent just freaks out a little bit. That's the story of what just happened. It's cool though. Like I'm ready to die to Siege Rhino. Like if I'm gonna die to anything, I'd rather die to Siege Rhino than anything else. But it's the wrong card. It's not a good card to be played. I appreciate that my opponent's trying, but sometimes trying is not enough. I think the card Tribal Flames is really good. So I'm not saying that the deck is bad. I think that that's just a bad card to put in the deck. But so this card can be good, but I don't think it is. I think this card is actually good. And I think I'm gonna send the ending, because this has the highest upside. Okay, so let's fetch Temple Garden. Let's put this here and name Blue. So this next turn we're gonna be able to put Kaheera in hand, so you can pitch it to Solitude if we need to. Although I'm probably gonna just cast Yawgmoth. Vigilance, Hexproof, Lifelink, First Strike, and Trample. None of those is haste, so that's good. It's kind of annoying with Mantis, right? Like if my opponent plays Mantis Rider here, Mantis Rider is gonna have Hexproof. But that's fine though. We still like Ephemerate, and it's fine. So our best draw is Recent Reef, I think. So I guess even if they find Mantis Rider, which would be the best possible thing that they could have, I think I would still be okay. Okay. The only problem is that I can't really fuck around anymore, right? Like I actually have to kill this. If I find Recent Reef, I think that we're gonna be probably just good to go, but we didn't. So I'm gonna do this right now because I can't afford for this to whiff. So I'm gonna pitch Kaheera. Solitude is gonna kill the Draco. So that's dead. Ephemerate this. Now that is also dead. And now they have to figure out they have to find a way to kill my Solitude. And next turn we Yawgmoth. If they play Siege Rhino, I may laugh. If they play Siege Rhino, I may laugh. Okay. So one of those is dead. I guess the other one is not. I could play Fury just to guarantee a trade. I don't think I can afford to do that. I'm gonna be gaining more life with this Yawgmoth anyway, so... And we're probably gonna have to find a Sacred Foundry here. We go to 9. This card is legit though. It always, whenever I look at the image from far, like here, it always feels like the arm is coming out of their mouth, which is kind of bizarre. So they're gonna draw on this card here. Can I double block? What happens if I double block? Wait, what? Their hand is that good? If I double block, opponent bolts Solitude, Yawgmoth chumps, but then they don't get to deploy anything else. So I guess this is fine. And because we already have another Yawgmoth, I think I'm not gonna fetch here. Also, this bluffs Ephemerate better. So maybe my opponent won't go for it because I am bluffing Ephemerate. Because if I have Ephemerate in hand and they attempt to bolt the Solitude, then they just lose on the spot, right? Wow, this just happens. Well, this is great for me. This is very, very good for me. well. My opponent could have cantripped and they didn't. They could have rummaged here instead of exiling an irrelevant card from my graveyard. What does that mean? We can't touch that. Okay. I don't know. Okay, that was whatever. Let's talk about the deck. I think the deck is good. I think I like 24 lands better, mostly considering my sideboard plans. But I think there's also consideration for just not playing Utopia Sprawls. When Utopia Sprawl is good, it's just so good, though. It's kind of awkward that the only card that we want to pitch is in the sideboard. Like the only card that we want to pitch Sprawl to is in the sideboard. So redundant copies just suck. But this is like, the thing is that 27 mana sources is a lot. So going up to 28 is rough for sure. But whenever you're cutting your sprawls in games 2 and 3 against like mid-range decks or stuff like that, then having access to 23 lands is definitely not enough for a deck like this. And 24 is better. What if we cut the Utopia Sprawls from Monkeys? And then we have no more Kaheera. Is that crazy? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's actually pretty crazy. Having to connect in order to get our value is kind of a big deal. So I think I'm gonna submit something like this for this weekend. I kind of want to play another Flamekin. Maybe I'll play the 4th Mold Drifter instead of Flamekin. That's the other option. Harbinger is just so sick in some matchups, however. When you're searching for like your Solitude or for your Fury or whatever, it's such a big deal. I think I like this deck list. Yeah, I'm probably going to submit something like this. Maybe I will switch things up in the sideboard, but I think the main deck is cool. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and I guess I would say good luck if you're playing the showcase. By the time this goes up, the showcase will have already ended, so never mind. Hope you did well in the showcase. Bye bye.